Okay, so I'm smelling cigarette smoke. So someone could be healing from some sort of addiction. So you could be a smoker, you could be having a cigarette right now, but yeah, so someone is longing. Okay, they're trusting their intuition, they're healing addictions, they're releasing bad habits, toxic habits that may have been interfering or clouding their judgment regarding this relationship, this union. Okay, where they have perhaps come in already elusive. Now this is someone that you know, and I'm not getting someone that was toxic, like abusive. It was just they needed to mature, they needed to grow. Okay, and we meet everyone at the right time. I don't really believe that we meet people at the wrong time, because everybody serves a purpose and it helps in our spiritual evolution and our emotional journey, okay, to become who we're destined to become. Now, the path ahead, you can't see what's ahead because it's foggy. But that it goes back to like that smoke, like they're clearing up their habits, dishonesty, deception, trickery, like they were just being dishonest with themselves. They were tricking themselves out of their own spot because they're aware now of the importance of this connection, that something like this doesn't come around very often. A connection like this doesn't come around very often. We have karma and bitterness. So someone's reaping some sort of karma, or this connection is someone else's karma. Okay, someone that was elusive with you, someone that couldn't commit because they were too blinded. 1:44 on the clock. What else do we have? Divine feminine. I could be speaking to a divine feminine, or you're dealing with a divine feminine. Learning to love yourself more. Chemistry. Yeah, again, they realize that, okay, someone's clinging on to this. They're obsessed with this. Um, Someone is realizing the chemistry that you have, that spark. Remember, we got that depth card, okay? Clinging, loyalty, running. So someone's running towards you. They're clinging to this connection because they know that this attraction, this passion is like only once in a lifetime kind of love. You don't come across this kind of love, this connection, this chemistry with just anyone. Sure, there's physical attraction. Sure, there's common traits that you admire, that you love, that you look for, that you want. But it's just a soul connection when there's that spark. Sparklers could be significant. Okay. I'm getting like the 4th of July could be significant, but that's not for everybody. Okay. That's just for Americans. If you're in America, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Yeah, so they felt invisible. And it's like you see them for who they are, and they know that they could trust you. Okay, like I have a saying that you're that black retriever, like black cat energy, golden retriever energy, but it's the black retriever energy. So it's like the best of both worlds. You're mysterious enough, but you're also loving, caring, and giving, and they're clinging to this. It's like this love is that's becoming their obsession, but in a good way. Yeah, because they want some sort of commitment. Cut the deck on commitment. The veil is being lifted. You guys are, when I say you guys, it's a general term, okay? So don't take it personally, especially if I don't know you personally. And I don't like explaining myself because we should be emotionally mature to understand certain things in life. Marriage, promises, fidelity. Okay, so they want to come in and promise you this commitment, divine feminine, or you could be dealing with a divine feminine where you were always dealing with elusive people that were dishonest with you, deception, trickery. Like they didn't see you, they didn't see your magnetism because they weren't meant to. It's as simple as that. They weren't meant to see your magnetism because you're meant to be with your divine counterpart, male or female. You know what? I want to keep going with these cards. Give me more, Spirit. What does my viewer need to know? second chance, okay? So you're getting this could I'm getting two downloads. This could be someone coming in that was elusive with you, that was dishonest, but dishonest, and I'm not saying dishonest, trickery, deception, like they were cheating on you, or maybe they were coming out of another relationship or something traumatic. I'm not speaking of trauma here. They were just dishonest because they were being dishonest with themselves because they couldn't see past the fog, past the illusion. But now they see things clearly and they want some sort of second chance. They want to make amends. They want an opportunity with you to move things forward. They want, yeah, they want a family. You've changed their perspective. Look, and they're willing to come in and be vulnerable. This is what was sticking out. They have an open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. So this is exactly the divine feminine energy, 555 on the clock. Yeah, so things are changing. They see things clearly now. Yeah, they're holding on to you. You've become their obsession. They don't want to let you go. It's almost suffocating because they feel that they're they're in between, like, I want to say two choices or two worlds, if that makes sense. They want a new beginning, try again, new direction, start over, okay? Ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Maybe this is how they felt or you felt all this time in connections, and now someone's coming in that has been spying on you, okay? That has like the secret obsession with you, and they want to come in and make some sort of opportunity, distracted. And that's where I'm getting two minds about it. Like, they've been sidetracked, okay? They're getting things in order that need to be cleared before they could approach you because they want to come correct. Left out, walked away, cold, abandoned, foundation. Yeah, so wherever they were building was, they were living in some sort of fantasy land, okay? Like, it was a faulty foundation. They thought that it was something that it wasn't. They thought it was a twin flame connection, but it wasn't. But usually twin flames, 717 on the clock, are here to teach us um, our greatest lesson in life. So this could be a soulmate connection that's coming in for you. Okay, maybe they're in two minds about it because they don't want to be rejected, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. That's what it is. It's the fear that's creeping up on them. It's like the what ifs. The what ifs. What if I approached my divine feminine and she doesn't feel the same, or she's let go? They're feeling trapped in their mind. They don't want to feel left out. They don't want to let go of this connection. That's why they're kind of clinging on to it. Bitterness. Maybe the last time you spoke, okay, there was some sort of resentment, some sort of hurtful words were spoken. And that's like elusive, being dishonest, exhaustion. But this person is willing to surrender. They're tired now. They're tired of the running. They want a new beginning. They want to come in and start something new. What else? Divine masculine. That's why I wanted to keep shuffling, because I knew this card was going to come out. Divine masculine energy. This is your counterpart. And when it's a divine masculine, divine feminine that are uniting, there's always going to be some sort of distraction. And that's part of the lesson, okay? The cloudy judgment, the bluff, the foundation to learn what's real and what isn't, because they bring you into this new world that only you two can create, and that are here to create together, because they want to return, okay? But you have to have your boundaries. Set your boundaries. You can't just go into something full-hearted again, wholeheartedly. And they'll respect your boundaries because they love you, because they know what this is. They don't want to let this go again. And you have to learn with the bitterness card, some sort of forgiveness, hermit. Okay, so they went in, they really did the introspection. And now with the new moon that's coming within, the next 10 days, I believe it's in Aquarius. Now is a good time to introspect, to reflect on the things that you want and they're trying to manifest you. What do we have for elusive? Let's clarify elusive. King of Swords. Aquarius energy. Okay, so something new with this new moon is going to bring in some sort of truth, some seeing things clearly, because it's clarifying the elusive card. So they're going to speak their truth. They have a plan, and that's where and how that's where they are. Okay, they're creating this plan and they're coming towards you correct. What do we have for divine feminine energy? The Four of Wands. They want a higher level of commitment with you. This is union, 1111 card. They're willing to put in the effort. They're willing to put in the work. The Eight of Pentacles. Let's clarify chemistry. Page of Pentacles. They want to know if the spark has died, if you still hold that flame, that candle for them. Okay, they're in their head about it. They're in their two minds about it, right? Like they know what this is, but they're also scared of the rejection. Let's clarify the second chance here. There's the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, they're in two minds about it. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Should I approach this? Would she give me a second chance? Okay, the Magician is popping, no. The Justice card is popping out underneath the deck, and this is the Star card. This is healing. This is divine alchemy. This is part of the contract that's aligning. The Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. You both think the same. You're both mirroring each other. The Pentacles is showing me kind of like a mirror effect, because the King and Swords, the King of Swords, the King and Queen of Swords. So there's a mirroring effect going on. You're both fearing this, but you have to, I don't know if you heard that as confirmation. It was a loud noise, some sort of bang. But what do we have for clinging? Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Yeah, they're clinging to this new beginning. They want to come in. They've been spying on you, obsessing. Six of Cups, 12:22 on the clock. They want to realign. They want to bring this into balance. They know that this is a past life connection, or something that happened in the past needs to be forgiven and let go. That's why there's some sort of bitterness that you're holding on to, some sort of resentment. Let's clarify distraction. Distracted, the King of Cups. That's what they're changing, okay? Because it says sidetracked, change, delays. They're healing, they're growing. Scorpio energy, Ace of Wands, because they want to come in and present something correctly. They have this passion for you that's never died, that's never let up. This was someone that you were dealing with and it just didn't work out for whatever reasons. I'm not getting anything toxic or really like heavy or negative or karmic, anything like that. Maybe they just had to mature more. They had to develop their feelings and understand their feelings more. And that was the delay, that they had to do some sort of introspection. That's why they're in two minds about it. But when they connect with their heart, they begin to understand this connection more. Rejection, Page of Swords. That's why they have been watching you. Okay, they've been connecting with spirit, communicating with spirit to get clarity, to get some sort of answers. Is this the end? Is this the end of us? Or is there a new beginning? The Eight of Cups. Have they fully walked away? Or can we alchemize this? Can we bring this into a new beginning and move together by putting our best foot forward together in sync? It's like you're standing side by side. And you know when you're in sync with a couple or with your significant other and you start to walk the same, like you have the same tempo as you're walking, your strides become the same, you're moving at the same pace. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's like you're becoming in sync. In sync could be significant. 14:44 on the clock. You could have watched Sagittarian energy, by the way. You could have watched or heard some sort of song or gone to some sort of concert with them. Bitterness. What do we have for bitterness? I'm going to take that. Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, they want to take action. They want to come in and clear some sort of um, mental. You're holding on to something, like you're remembering something, but they want to come and clear the air. Some sort of hurtful words that were spoken. Seven of Swords. Yeah, because they were sneaky about something. You found something out and they were sneaky about it. Or there was some sort of deception, as there usually is. Maybe they treated this as some sort of ordinary connection and they woke up to the realization, right? Because they were under cloudy judgment this whole entire time, pretending with the people around them that they were happy, that they were in some sort of blissful state, 1555, when realizing it was a faulty foundation and they were just living in some sort of fantasy land. Let's clarify the divine masculine. Four of Cups. So to clarify, the divine feminine was the Four of Wands, and now the Four of Cups. Some sort of regret, some sort of stalemate energy. So that's the distraction that they had to kind of emotionally evolve and mature. What's sticking out here? The Seven of Swords. So they've been kind of being sneaky, and what I'm getting is they've been watching you. That's them, like the obsession, the Page of Swords energy, because they want to make sure when they come in that you're not going to reject them. Because the Hangman energy, we have the Hermit energy, and what else here? The Empress, okay? Because they know you're their Empress. They've self-reflected. They've gone within. They're more emotionally balanced now. They're more in tune with their feminine energy, which helps them accept and receive this love that you are here to bring in to their life. Much love.